just kind of show him what being a friend is, and then bring the perspective of like, oh, like friendship means more to me than propositions do. And so if I have to soften my grip, which is not optimal on my propositions, to kind of like experience friendship and be part of a vital community, that I'm willing to do that.
Thanks, Dan. I'm grateful for all of you. It's not
No principles, right? They don't even get it about principles. And Risto was there, and I thought he was an intelligent man, and then he's asking me this dumb question. Ideas greater than people? Like, oh, what a terrible thing. How can you value ideas more than people? But he's no Dumbo. I see books behind him. And he did ask me this question, and then when I answered, he pretended not to understand. Let me just find this exchange for you. It's almost unbelievable. Unfucking believable that they don't get most of the things that I say. And I just don't know how much more clearly I can make it. But then maybe they're just pretending not to get it, right? They keep pretending not to understand because they think what? I'm some dumb Muslim bitch, right? Is that what they think of me? I'm not even Muslim, I keep saying. But they keep forgetting. So what was this dumb exchange between Risto and me? I think I can find it easily. You know, if they don't understand it, they can actually talk to me and say, well, you're not clear, let me just have you on so we can talk about the things that we don't understand about your ideas. But most of the time it's like, we can only stand talking to you for maybe 1 minute, 2, 5, just getting hard. And we just have to show that we think you're stupid, and we have to mute you, and we have to just talk about Jesus and lecture you and give you long readings about Jesus. Right now, I found it, and it's under my "Can we agree" thing. That was on Orion's channel, which I'm going to put in the description. Yeah, these Christians, they don't give a damn, right? They don't give a damn about idolatry. Everything is idolatry, says Risto. Yeah, even communism is idolatry, because actually communism is a materialistic ideology, because it only focuses on the national pie and how it should be divided. No idea about fairness, right? Because fairness would be a spiritual pie, but they just haven't got the imagination to understand these points, and they can't talk about it logical next question, even though they've got books behind them, like Risto does. So what's he saying? Everything is idolatry, right? And then he'll be talking about his, damn stupid tacos and Kurosawa. And it's even more despicable because he's not really that stupid. He just wants to pretend to be, or he has to pretend to be in order to be Christian and not see the problem with idolatry. So you can see the exchange. Okay, I can show it to you. Just so dumb and despicable. Why can't I share? I think my computer's just being a bit slow. Which means I have to close down a few more windows. Now let's just close it. Doesn't seem to be doing it. Oh, I'm sorry. I am, screen share. What am I doing wrong? Oh yes, here we are. Is friendship possible between atheists and nihilists? Yeah, I just have to take these precautions in case, they go back and delete their comments or something, I wouldn't put it past them. So let's put it on display. Right, and here it is. So Pseudo Risto said, ideas greater than people, question mark. Like, how dare you say ideas can be bigger than people? It's like, oh, people, you can see them, the material, the physical. Ooh, we have to value, material things more than we value our principles because, oh, we haven't got any anyway because we're too dumb. We don't even know what it is, right? Because we're Christian, right? We don't give a shit about things like that. We don't understand ideas. Who cares about ideas, right? We just care about the body of Christ. Nothing about ideas, convictions, principles, justice, truth, logic. Who gives a shit, eh? Just too dumb to think that, well, maybe ideas are useful. They can, win wars, they protect us from evil. Oh, no, we can't fuck principles. We can't eat them. We can't wear them. We can't drink them like alcohol. Who gives a shit about principles? What the fuck are principles? They're just hostages to fortune. We have to pretend to follow our principles, and if we change our mind, if we said yesterday we're going to come and meet you, and that we're interested in your answers, and the next day they delete your answers. They're just doing it as they see fit, worshipping their idol of expediency and their emotions and their moods and their lived experience and all that stupid shit. So what did I say? I said, we should be loyal to our convictions if we have any. I recognize you might not have any being Christian, right? We should be loyal to our convictions if we have any from which our moral principles are derived. Do you deny this? And Pseudo-Aristo says, I agree for the most part. I'm not sure I see the connection to my question. I mean, fuck that. He was the one who asked that question, and you see, he doesn't get it then. So I said, how about asking your question properly then? Were you trying to say people are always more important than principles? And at least he had the honesty to say, yes, in a sense. And then he says, it is idolatry. I say it is idolatry to say material things are by definition better than abstract ideas. And then the stupid fuck says, everything is idolatry. Really? Everything is idolatry? Prove it. Write an essay about it, Pseudo-Aristo, with your book-lined background. Yeah, prove it. Explain. Instead of making dumb comments. Oh, here it is. Here he is. Are people just material things? Well, they might have an immortal soul. Yep, they might. If you believe in that sort of thing. But even if they don't have immortal souls, the fact is, ideas are a different category of existence than material things. That's why people talk about the material and the physical. So now he's saying, idea that people are greater than ideas, greater than some other ideas. So yeah, it's just a stupid, categorization. So we have to categorize all these ideas, right? In a way that makes sense. So you can't say all people are more important than all ideas. You have to say some people. Well, it depends on what it is, right? You have to give an example. Give an example. Pseudo-Aristo, you're the jerk, right? I'm so sick and tired of all you jerks not getting it or pretending not to get it. What is your fucking problem about what I'm saying? What don't you understand? Is it so difficult? Don't you get it that if you have convictions and moral principles, you're supposed to follow them? You're not supposed to, go wherever your dumb friend with no principles either leads you. Don't you get it? So the person you think is a friend may not be a friend. He might be being nice to you. He might be offering you lots of free drugs and lots of free drinks. And so you like him. Does it mean you're going to trust him with everything? Maybe you will, because you're dumb, right? Jerks are dumb. So you agreeing with that Danimal person that propositions are less important than friends? Who is your friend anyway? This been spate of, oh, what's a friend? Can we be friends with each other? Well, define it then. Who's your friend? No, of course they're not going to define it. That would be too rational, too logical, too obvious. They have to, waste hours talking about other things than friendship. They're not going to talk about it. They're just going to forget about it, right? Oh, we're currently friends. We're going to visit each other. So, is your friend more important than your moral principles, if you have any? I mean, do you have any moral principles? What are they? What are they? Do you believe in anything? Tell me a simple proposition that you can, yeah. I'll even give you a countdown, because if you can't give me, you know what? I'll just go into the kitchen and maybe get something, and by the time I come back, I expect you to come up with a moral conviction or a proposition. And a proposition is a statement that is, well, that you would think is not controversial. Yeah, I knew it. You're going to go away because you don't know what a moral conviction is, right? You don't even know. Mr. Risto, who always talks about tacos and Kurosawa, you don't even know what a conviction is. Maybe you think it's one of those things that end you up in jail, right? I've heard another. No, you're the silly one. Now that I've actually offered to go away and give you time to tell me what your fucking moral conviction is, you're running away. How bloody typical. You don't have any. That's why you don't care to discuss it, and that's why you're running away, and that's your problem, right? Just go around asking your friends, right? Ask your fucking friends what moral convictions they have. Go on, ask your Christian friends. Ask them. That would generate about, 5 hours of soul searching and saying like unnecessarily and strumming guitar and crying. Just look it up. Just ask AI. Think of a moral conviction that I might like to have. I mean, try it. Or a proposition that I might wish to defend, just, such as a woman is a woman, is a person born with female sex organs, something like that, something that's meant to be, uncontroversial, or even better, let's go for the no hide laws. Yeah, that's supposed to be universal and eternal, but I'm sure Christians will have some kind of problem with supporting the no hide laws, because deep down they are anti Semites, and although individually they cannot find a problem with them, they will say, oh, but it's Jewish. Yeah, well, Risto, who has this sort of library behind him, he can't think of a moral conviction that he would like to defend. He doesn't even know what it is. And if he's Christian, he would say the Trinity, right? He'd have to say the Trinity, because that is foundational to Christianity, and they can't defend it. They can only defend it if they burn heretics at the stake, and nobody wants to do that, including their government, and so they're a bit stuck. In the Epic of Gilgamesh, now what might that be? Oh, it's some poem from Mesopotamia. Who cares about that stupid shit? Some dumb story to distract you. I mean, the really easy thing that you have is idolatry. Is Is idolatry a mortal sin? Do you give a shit if it is a mortal sin or not? You might give a few if you believe in God and the afterlife, but you guys don't. You just pretend. You just pretend to be these fake Christians, well, fearing to discuss the Trinity and told never to discuss it because you can't defend it, right? Yeah. The Trinity is not a moral conviction. The Trinity is not a moral conviction? Well, I was kind of expecting pseudo to say my religion is my moral conviction, right? That's what you would expect. Or an atheist would say, facts and logic is my moral conviction because I think true facts and logic are a survival strategy. But pseudo-Risto doesn't even know what a moral conviction is. Or perhaps his Christian friends can help him there. Fancy not knowing and not caring and saying it's silly to ask these questions. Well, we'll see what they say, right? Or will they just sort of, we don't want to talk about this sort of thing. Moral convictions, if we start talking about them, well, our moral convictions might not agree, and then the TLC would be broken up. But I don't think they will ever discuss. No. What about asking Brett, right? Does he have any moral convictions that he is prepared to defend without deleting comments and putting people in timeout? That would be a worthwhile activity. You could all be asking Pseudo if he has any moral convictions. And you can all discuss what they might be. That would be a more useful activity.